Hello everybody, I'm just waiting for my system to catch up and make sure that I'm fully live. There goes the phone ringing. Okie dokie, hello everybody. Oh, that was weird, hello. Hello, not hello. Right, greetings. For those of you who have been here before, welcome. Welcome back. For those who haven't been here before, this is my Thursday Thinks. It is a live stream that I do every Thursday at 8:30 UK time, and it is all about something, a topic that has come up in my mind when I've been around the horses or just in daily life, and then I have a chat to you all about it for your thoughts and comments and just to share what I'm thinking about. So if you're joining me from replay on Facebook, let me know. If you're joining me live, also let me know. This also goes up on YouTube about 2 weeks later, so if you're on YouTube, say hello again. I'd love to know what you think of this and whether you enjoy the Thursday Things. For those of you who haven't met me before, my name's Marianne and I'm the founder of Naturally Willa, which is a company that I set up, or business that I set up, to be a source of information about how to keep your horse and how to heal your horse, mind, body and soul naturally. So there is a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a YouTube channel, and also Instagram. All of those handles are on the Facebook page, so check those out. Go join us on all of those platforms and see everything from horsey to this to horsey that. So today I wanted to talk about what you can do with your horse when you can't ride. Now, whether that means that your horse has an injury or an issue, or the weather's wonky, or there's something up with you as well. Maybe there's something, you've lost your confidence, or you've sustained an injury, or the time is not right and you're not feeling that great. There are all sorts of options for what you can do with your horse other than ride it. Now, it's something that has come to my attention recently when I posted a picture on my Instagram. Check it out, naturally_Willa. There's virtually daily updates on the herd. Oh my God, my language is not working today. I put up a post on there with a few pictures and got a few comments back. I was like, actually this might be a great thing for my Thursday Things. So this is how we've rocked and rolled today. So you have your horse, and when you've, say, had your horse for a while, or you've come from a riding centre background and stuff like that, or you've learned at a riding centre, you kind of get the feeling that the only thing you can do with your horse is ride. It's enjoyable for you, it's enjoyable for the horse. Fair enough, great, awesome. If that works for you, rock on. But there are other options if that's not a possibility for an interim or a long term, especially if you've got a horse that you've rehomed from a charity or something like that, and it's a companion only. But that doesn't mean you can just you can only leave them in the field and they're a field ornament. You just brush them every now and then and they have their feet done and things like that. There's several things you can do. So start off, there's your groundwork, which is your standard activities that you can do with your horse. Backing them up, getting them backed up to a real distance, getting them to come back in, getting them to go in circles around you, get them to tick-tock backwards and forwards. There's so many little groundwork activities that you can do. Now, I'm highly aware that there's a bit of light coming in here. I hope that's given nobody a headache, but I didn't want to shut the curtain because I didn't want to make it too dark in here and then you wouldn't see me properly or the light. So bear with me. I will try and cover that up as much as possible. So hopefully no one gets a headache from it. So there are groundworks that you can do. I mean, when you've got a youngster, you teach them groundwork from the get-go, and that's all about safety, making sure that your personal space isn't invaded so they're not on top of you, which makes them easier to control or stop them from doing something before they're right in your face. Now, there's nothing to say you can't do those with your older horses or your middle-aged horses or your more experienced ones or your companions. I mean, when it comes to Shetlands, they're little tiny cute things that you want to get in their face and smush. But that sometimes teaches them to invade your personal space and they can get away with it. And some of them can get very cheeky in your personal space. So especially with Spring, because she's got quite a diva attitude to her, the first thing that we taught her was to get out of our space in a polite and understanding manner of, I need you to back up, and back it up if she doesn't do as you've asked. Now, it's not anything vicious or anything, it's more of a case of, excuse you, I told you, shift. And she now backs up from just a finger wiggle. So it's also working on fine-tuning things. Okay, you can get your horse to back up, but how much effort did you have to put into that? Can you reduce it so you can just do a little? I can with Egypt. I stand there, I just look at him and go, and he's off. He's gone. He's like, I'm backing up. Because that's a connection that we've got, and it's absolutely beautiful. But that has come from a long, hard slog of big activities become really, really small. Oh, you want me to move my chair over? This way? Let me move around a bit. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh my God, okay. Hopefully that's solved that issue. Thanks for that. Now I've lost my train of thought. Thanks for that. Right, so can you take a simple activity and reduce it so that you make as little movement as possible? Can you really, really fine tune it so that it's not going to cause you to do much? So if you're in an emergency situation, you know that you can get your horse to back out of the way. You can get your horse to move left or right. That's what I always work towards. In an emergency situation, can I get you where I need you to be so that you're safe, that I'm safe, that everybody around us is in a safe position? So there's the groundwork. There's also getting to know your horse. So many people that I've come across don't know their horse, and the only thing they do with them is their specified activity. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's different. You may not have the time to sit there in your field and go, now who are you? And that's absolutely fine. That's you do that. But I like to get into the nitty-gritty of, who are you? What makes you tick? What are you going to do in these situations? What's going to throw you off? What's going to make you comfortable? What's going to make you happy? What pisses you off? So all of the things that I suggest or I do when I'm not riding are to improve that connection. So it's a lot of spending time with them. Now, I know that's a no-brainer. Everyone's like, yeah, I spend loads of time with my horse. Yeah, I'm sure you do. And I suppose they haven't got the benefit of the fact that my horse is just outside. But since having, especially the major, going from having him on livery, having him as part of the riding school, to have him on working livery, and then having him on standard livery, and then having him at the back door, there's been such a change in our relationship, and I will tell you right now, it is for the better, but that's what's worked for me. But it's been absolutely amazing, because before I would walk into the field and go, yeah, I'm coming. Whereas now I stand outside, or I can't even speak out the back door because he's from 2 fields over and comes cantering over. And for an unmotivated, confident introvert, that is a real achievement. And that's just from spending time with him and realising that his character is just low energy. It's not that he's, I talked about personality types before in another Thursday thing, so check that out. But it's not that he's unmotivated, it's just that he doesn't see the point in doing things fast. And his favourite thing is to have a damn good scratch. If I scratch him, he can go from being a real grumpy bugger who wants to bite me because he's just had enough with the day, and I give him a few scratches and he's, hi, just there please, just there. And you're just like, wow. And that makes him happy for several days. And that's just the easy person that he is. Whereas if you've got Egypt, if he doesn't get personal attention within the first 10 seconds that I'm on the yard, I get a hissy fit. So I've learnt that very, very quickly, who to give attention to, who do I not give attention to, what behaviours do I need to give attention to, who needs me to do activities with them right now so that they don't get upset and really cause issues later on. So there's the art of doing nothing. Now, it sounds simple and sounds really odd, but it's actually hard to do. When you're used to being out with horses and you've got so many things to do, you're like, I've got to poo pick, I've got to put the hay nets up, I've got to brush, I've got to sort that electric fence out, I've got to put that battery on charge. You've got all of these things in your brain, and the art of doing nothing can be really, really hard. Now, what it is you go where your horses are, not right up in their faces, but, you know, in their field or where they are, and do nothing. Just sit there, just chill, take in the world, and watch them interact. See if they interact with you. Do they come over? What do they play with? What do they avoid? What specifically are they eating at that moment? And you can learn a lot about them, but they can also learn a lot about you. Yeah, the art of doing nothing is amazing. So it's one of those things where you feel like really, really weird when the first time you do it. You just sat there and you just like, I've got all these jobs to do, but I want to work on our relationship, but you're over there. If I go over there, I'll be that weird person who always gets into the group and expects people to do stuff, and you can't go over there and expect that of you. But the more you do it, you take a book or take your cup of tea. Don't take food, because that's not the goal, and you'll get them in your face trying to eat whatever you've got in your hand. But take yourself out, grab your book, grab your phone, just something to do, and just sit there and ignore them. And they get used to you being in the field for no reason, which means that when they see you, they can generally be more relaxed because they're not expecting anything of you. Which I find is awesome, because if you've seen the latest video that I put up on YouTube, which is natural fly repellents for yard/field, you will see that Egypt is practically on top of me at one point. And I've got the confidence to know that he's not there to kick me or anything, or cause me any harm. He's just there because he wants to be. And then Spring pitches up, and then all the others pitch up. That's because I've done the art of doing nothing with them, and they are just curious to be around me and what I'm up to. So I've found it really, really helpful in my relationships just to be out in the field doing nothing and ignoring them, and then they come over and they're interested in what I'm doing then, because I'm not there to ask them to do something. It's just as though I'm part of the herd. And I put up on Instagram this morning a series of pictures, I think it's about 5, because I only had 15 minutes this morning, and I had a whole list of things to do, like hay nets, sort out that electric fence, recharge that battery, and I just thought, I don't want to do that this morning. There is too much to do. It's 15 minutes and I just don't have the energy. I found it really hard to get up this morning. So I thought, you know what, they're all asleep over there. Maybe I should just go join them. And I did. I went and joined them in the middle of the field. They were all asleep. They sort of pricked their ears up, and when I walked over, I was like, what are you doing? And I got a bit of fuss from Pagan, but other than that, I just sat on the log and just took in the day. I sat there for 10 minutes. By the end of it, I had Midnight asleep in my face. I had Pagan asleep across the back of me. I had Little Spring just by the side of me, rubbing her head on the log that I was on intermittently. I had Egypt on the other side, rubbing his head on a twig that was attached to the log that I was sat on. And I had the Major asleep at the back. And I felt that was such a great honour, that they thought of me as so safe that they fell asleep around me, but also that they felt so much as though I was so much a part of the herd, that they were happy to be gathered around me. And Pagan was actually in a defensive position, so she was protecting me so that I could do what I wanted to do and be safe, because she was watching over me. And that just makes me feel so amazing, that doing these other things other than tasks and riding and things like that with them has created that close-knit, strong bond with them. So, sorry, I went off a bit of a tangent then, but it was this source of inspiration for me to talk about the topic today, because that has just caused me to have such a close relationship. I think I already said that, but also the fact that people give me weird looks when I'm walking my horses. It's like, it's one of the other activities that I do. I walk the horses, as in I put a head collar and a rope on and off we go for a stroll. Now technically it's not technically legal because you're supposed to have a bridle on them when they're on the road. I don't go far, and they're always under control. I'm always safe. I've got high vis on me, so it's generally okay. I haven't been stopped yet about it at all. So forewarning for you if you try it, but I'm walking the horse and I get so many looks of, why aren't you on it? Or questions of, are you okay, love? You know, people stopping and, are you all right? It's like, yeah, I'm just walking my horse and going for a stroll. It's like, do you need to hang it in on? Like, no, he's not tacked up or anything. We're just going for a stroll. And that has changed our relationship as well, because it's getting them out into the world, getting them seeing things like cows and pigs and sheep and runaway dogs and cars motorbikes, tractors, all sorts, in a way that is safer for me, because I'm on the ground and I can deal with the situation right there and then, and I can see it before it comes because I'm there rather than up there. And it's really increased my confidence around my herd and my trust with each of my herd, and their trust in me to say, okay, this isn't a good situation for me, I'm a little bit concerned, and then, oh, you helped me through that, oh, you sorted that out for me. So it means that in emergency situations, again, they're going to be safer because I know how they're going to react to that situation. I know what I need to calm them down, and they know that if I say, I've got this, that I've got this, and they can trust in that. So it calms them down quicker because we've already been through those situations on a lower scale. And the other thing is, on an odd occasion through the summer, spring months, I will go for a run in the mornings. And on my Instagram as well, a couple of days ago, I took Pagan for a run because she'd had enough of doing calm little things. Can you back up? Can you move? She was just getting stroppy with it because she was bored, because they're not fun anymore. Because she's 3 years old and she doesn't want to do those things. She wants to do fun things. So I was like, you know what, screw it. You're coming for a run with me because you need to get used to trotting because you're going to be a driving girl. She said, watch the mic. So you need to get used to the fact that you will be moving at steady speed on roads. There will be cars passing you. You will be seeing stuff. You need to be able to deal with that. And I need to know what you're going to be like at trot, on the ground, on the roads, and how you deal with that yourself. So I put my good big girl pants on. I took her up and down our little track and made sure that I had a firm, steady trot, that I also had a snap of, I need you to stop, and she did. If I back up, can you back up with me? And I got that snappy so that I knew that we were in a safe situation, and I just took her. Like, right, come on girlie, we've hit the road, you're going to be trotting. And I was jogging, and you know what, it was absolutely amazing. And her confidence developed and changed as we went, because initially she was a lot of, why are we trotting? Is something chasing us? Oh, do I need to be scared? And then it changed to, okay, there's cars going past, am I all right? What's that over there? And then it changed again to, yeah, okay, let's go. Yeah, we got it, let's go. So it also increased my confidence because I knew that while she may not be confident going out, the more we go, the more she gains it, which is a great lesson for me, so that it means that if she hits a point and goes, oh, I can't do this, it's just a case of, you can work through it, you're okay, keep going. Whereas if I did that with Midnight, God help me, if she comes across a situation and she gets it in her head that's really bad, you best turn round, does she? So that was great, and it was great for her exercise and made me realise that she's probably not as fit as she could be, considering how much she charges around my track system. And yeah, so go running, or go running in the paddock, or on the track system. My herd absolutely love it when I go for a run on the track system because they come charging with me, especially Egypt, Christ. But they absolutely love it. Have fun, have a play, make it safe. It really increases the confidence of being around each of the horses, because you see how they react in certain situations and they see how you react in situations. So it's all about safety but fun, and that's what we want in our horses. Can we have fun with them? Can they have fun with us? Can we be safe together? Because that's what you want at the end of the day. Whether you're riding, whether you're running, whether you're playing with them, it's about a give and take, a real balanced friendship between you. And I know some people probably think, the horse is there to do as it's told. If that's you, fine, you rock on, but that's not how I do life. So, yes, and you'll never realise how close your relationship can be, and the things that they can let you into, and the things that you probably wouldn't appreciate unless you really spend that time with them, and then you realise, actually, that's hard for you, and you're giving that to me. That is awesome. I really appreciate that, and I'm so grateful. So if you can't ride your horse, there's so many other things you can do. You could do the groundwork. You can refine your communication so that it almost looks to an outsider as though you're telepathically telling your horse how to do things, going, I got you, girl. There's spending your time, the art of doing nothing. It doesn't take anything out of you to just sit there with a book and spend time and get to know your horse. There's taking it for a walk. You may get some funny looks. You may get some inquiries of, are you alright, love? But sod it. There's running if you're that energetic. And yes, just have fun. Enjoy your horse. Enjoy the relationship. Get the balance and just have a great time. So I think I've gushed a lot for you there. As I say, this will be going up on the YouTube channel in about 2 weeks' time. Comment in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this today. And if you're on the YouTube channel, join the Facebook page and check out the Facebook group. And there's also Instagram as well. And I think that's it for me this week. I'll see you next week for my next Thursday things. And until then, have a lovely time, guys. Alright, bye!